What's up, everyone? Back for another Whodunit Beer review, and today's beer comes courtesy, once again, of a very good friend of mine and a viewer of the channel, Jeff, aka NoJinx. So thank you very much, Jeff. You know I appreciate it, good sir. So in the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mal unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Jeff sent my way. He actually sent me 5 different Whodunit beers to review, and I already reviewed the first one last week, and this is the second of the 5, and I can't wait to get into it, so let's do so. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what Whodunit beer reviews are, they're basically blind/mystery beer reviews where somebody will wrap up and conceal a beer, like Jeff did with this one. They will then either send or give me said beer, and I'll review the beer like I do any other beer on the channel, except the difference is I don't know what the beer is. So at the end of the review, I try to guess the beer's ABV, its style, and if I'm feeling confident enough, I'll try to guess the beer itself, although that is very rare, and then I will rate the beer and reveal the beer to both you and myself, and we'll see how I did. Last week's beer, I did, I think, okay on. It wasn't like the best, but I picked up pretty much, I believe it was a 11.1% Imperial Breakfast Stout that was aged in bourbon barrels. The adjuncts were, I believe, cocoa, coffee, vanilla, and oats. And I said it was an Imperial Porter at 12.2% that was aged in barrels with cocoa and cinnamon. I did get vanilla, big vanilla presence, but I thought it was just from the barrel itself, and I got oakiness and whatnot. So I missed a little bit, but in general, I think I did okay. So hopefully we will do well today. Now, as you can see, the number on here is number 2. Jeff numbered them 1 through 5, but he said you don't have to do them in any specific order, so I didn't. I believe last week, I reviewed number 3. This is number 2. I guess this is appropriate today because it is the second beer I'm reviewing. Now, I can see the color of the beer, and to me, it looks like a barley wine. Barley wine, maybe like a Belgian strong dark, Belgian quad, red ale. It has like, you know, a reddish kind of caramel toffee kind of look to it, but till we pour it in the glass and start smelling stuff, we really don't know at all. So anyway, that came off quite easy. It has black tape on the cap, so just throw that over here for now and get it into the glass. Yeah, so that's pouring out. I'm gonna say barley wine right from the rip. Could be a Belgian strong dark quad, but that would be my guess just from the look of it. Yeah, so as you can see, has this really deep mahogany ruby red color. Might look a little bit darker on camera, but the edges here are definitely like mahogany. Very murky and turbid. Has about a half finger of the straight up tan colored head, looking pretty creamy. Yeah, I would say, just based on looks alone, I would guess barley wine or Belgian strong dark / quad. Let's get a nose. Oh, wow, what the fuck? I'm going barley wine and old ale right from the rip. This has a shit ton of like just deep, sweeter, sugary characteristics. Like shout out to Matt over at Mass Beer Reviews, good friend of mine, fellow beer tuber, like a Sugar Daddies. This is like a really sweet caramel toffee, caramelized sugar, little molasses. Yeah, right from the rip, I'm gonna say barley wine / old ale. That's what this one's coming off as. Alcohol legs are crazy. Wow, that smells fantastic, honestly. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of like chocolate, like a dark baker's chocolate. But this one's all about and centered around the caramel, the toffee, the caramelized sugar, brown sugar, just like a really deep, a little bit of molasses, really deep, sweet, robust kind of sugar characters. A little bit of dark fruit, like a dark black cherry, maybe like a date fig type of thing going on. I'm picking up on I'm picking up on no like Belgian yeast component. I did another beer blind a couple months ago from Jeff, and I just kept on saying in the nose, and as I was tasting, I was like, oh, this is barley wine, this is old ale. And then I switched at the last second to Belgian, I think I said Belgian quad because I started getting like a Belgian yeast component, like a spiciness to it. I'm not picking that up in the nose. It might happen in the taste, but right now, this is old ale barley wine-esque. Maybe even like an Imperial Red. I know sometimes that is a style that people like to throw out there, but for me, yeah, it's basically a barley wine old ale right now. Is this barrel-aged? On the nose, I'm not getting it. Maybe lightly. If this is an older bottle, say, could have dissipated. To me, it has a slight little cardboardy thing. Oxidized maybe slightly in the nose. But I don't know. This smells fucking delicious. It smells like what I want out of like a barley wine or old ale. So cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Jeff. Let's see how wrong I am. Wow. That is sweet and that is fucking delicious. Yeah, I'm going barley wine old ale all day on this. The ABV on this is at least 10%. I would put it probably closer to 11, 12, maybe even higher. The body is a bit thin. This is like higher side of medium, lower side of full. This could be brewed with some kind of fruit too, because when I said wow in the beginning, you know, a big blast of like a nondescript berry, almost like cherry-esque kind of thing. That could just, you know, be from the malt, the yeast, whatever's going on here. But I wouldn't be surprised if this has some kind of like fruit adjunct in here. And so body, higher side of medium, lower side of full. It's fine. The mouthfeel, definitely undercarb. It has a softness and smoothness you kind of, at least I kind of expect from an old ale and barley wine. You don't want them super carbonated. I think the body's nice, maybe a bit thin. Mouthfeel is exactly what I want. Here's the thing though. I can't tell you this is barrel aged, but this could be oak aged, because I'm getting this really distinct like oak tannin kind of dryness in the back of my tongue. There's no vanilla, there's no spirit character that I'm tasting, but I'm getting this like really dry oak character. Could just be from the alcohol, but to me, it's giving me kind of like, you know, kind of like just oak dryness to it. Yeah, this is really nice. So, like I said, from the nose, it carries over caramel, toffee, caramelized sugar, deep dark, you know, like brown sugar, molasses, sweet, sweet, sweet. Not crazy sweet. Has like a robust sweetness to it, an adult sweetness. You know, the difference between like, you know, just straight on confectionery sugar to something like this. It's different. They're both sweet, but in different ways. That all hits me at the front of the palate as it passes through that black cherry, almost like date figgy, nondescript red berry type of thing hits mid palate. Continues on. The sweetness continues, but the dryness hits on the back end. Has a semi to full on dry, I would say, kind of finish. And it gives me an oak tannin kind of bitterness on the back of the palate. Yeah, I would say ABV on this. Tasting it, the ABV is not like huge. I'm starting to get acclimated, but it's definitely big. It's at least 10%. I wouldn't be surprised if it's as high as 12. I'm going to go somewhere in between there. I'm going to go like, we'll go 10.8% on this one. So this is what I think this is. I think this is a barley wine, an English barley wine / old ale, one of the two. I'll just lock in English barley wine. I'll just say English barley wine, all old ales. I mean, they're kind of very similar in a lot of respects, but I'll say English barley wine. I don't know if it's aged in anything, any kind of barrel, whatever. I would say if it is, it's you know what, I'll lock it in. English barley wine, oak aged, no barrel, just like, well, no, I should say no barrel, no spirit. So English barley wine, oak aged, 10.8%. Do I know what this is? Fucking no idea. Rating on this. This is fucking really tasty. Watch it be some kind of like mass produced, and that would be great if this ended up being some kind of like huge craft beer company, a brewery. That would be awesome. But I'm gonna go high 4.5 out of 5. I'm gonna go 4.6. The only thing keeping this from getting higher is the body is a bit thin for what I think this is, and maybe a little bit more complexity. But overall, this is fucking delicious. So once again, English barley wine, oak aged, 10.8%. Don't know what else I got. So let's open this up, see what we got. I have no idea, but I'm actually quite pumped to see what this is. Watch it be something completely wrong. And I'd be okay with that. You know what? Whatever. You taste what you taste. The fun thing about this is not if I can guess it exactly, but to just see what my palate perceives the beer to be. Who is this? Arbor Brewing Company. Fig Jam Quadruple Ale brewed with figs. Say the ABV. Why would it? No. So I was wrong. I said English barley. Listen, Fig Jam Quadruple Ale brewed with figs. I was saying date and fig. So I picked up on those, you know, dark, nondescript dark fruits. I will say right now, this does not drink like a quad to me at all, but it's fucking delicious. This, doing it blind, definitely came off as an English barley wine that has like an oak ale kind of, or oak age kind of dryness to it. So yeah, I didn't do the greatest on this one. I was in the wheelhouse. Again, where the fuck is the ABV? I'd imagine the ABV is probably around 10%, 9-10%. So I was probably a little bit high at 10.8, but there we go. I've never had anything from Ann Arbor Brewing, I don't think. or the Ann Arbor Brewing Company. I may have had something at the 2014 or 15 Detroit Fall Beer Festival, but I don't know. So I think I did okay. I didn't completely just miss it, but I also didn't even come close to nailing it. Fig Jam Quadruple Ale brewed with figs. So this is a Belgian-style quad brewed with figs. I said English barley wine, oak-aged, and early on I said, now I won't be surprised if there's some kind of fruit in here, because I was getting something that was reminiscent of like a berry or a cherry. Figs, sure, I was getting that in both the taste and the nose, but it wasn't big enough where I would be like, oh, I totally get figs in this one. But listen, this is a fucking delicious beer, regardless of whether or not I got it right. This is a great beer. I really enjoy it. And doing it blind, it's the only way to really tell it. Honestly, doing this blind is the only way to really understand how much you like a beer, because we all have a little bit of, we're all a little biased towards certain breweries. And a lot of people will be like, no, I'm not. Listen, if you have a favorite brewery, you're more likely to enjoy something from them than maybe a brewery you don't typically enjoy. The fact that I've never had anything from these guys, and it said solar powered, nice. Nice, I like the cap. The fact that I've never had anything from these guys, knowingly off the top of my head, maybe I've had a couple beers from them, I just don't remember. Yeah, I mean, I think it speaks to the quality of this beer. I gave it a 4.6 out of 5, and it deserves it, because what I'm drinking in my glass, pretty fantastic. Now, if I was to rate this to style and be like, oh, is this a quad with figs? Listen, I'm gonna get no quad characteristics in this. There's no Belgian yeast kind of component to this, to my palate. Maybe the figs are kind of drowning that out. I don't know. This comes off as an English barley wine to me, but at the end of the day, it's a delicious beer. So 4.6 out of 5. Ann Arbor, and I want to say Ann Arbor because Ann Arbor, Michigan. Arbor Brewing Company, their Fig Jam Quadruple Ale brewed with figs. Delicious beer. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Like I said, I think I did okay with it, but I didn't really nail it or anything. But I'm not really disappointed, because I get to drink a delicious beer, and I did okay, so I'm happy about it. So thanks again to Jeff for hooking me up with this one. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another Whodunit Beer review. Really good beer. Now I got to go look for the ABV here. Jeff, you want to post in the comment section so everybody knows. Feel free, buddy. I appreciate it. I also like to know the price and availability on this one. If the price on this one is like $5 or less a bottle, that's a great deal for this one, because I'd definitely buy a 4-pack of that for 18 to 20 bucks all day, every day. Just delicious beer. So gonna shut this one down. Thanks again to Jeff. Thanks again to everybody. Until the next one. Cheers.